Have you ever wanted to create a custom widget in PyQT5, only to find yourself lost in a sea of confusing examples? You're not alone. Today, we're going to simplify that process and show you exactly how to create your own custom widget from scratch. I totally get it. Many tutorials out there focus on C++ or just modify existing Qt designer outputs, leaving you with more questions than answers. It can be frustrating when you're trying to learn something new and can't find clear guidance. Let's dive into the specific question at hand. One user asked, how can I create a custom widget in PyQT5? They mentioned struggling to find examples that explain the process clearly, especially when they want to create a widget with an embedded Q-stacked widget and buttons to cycle through pages. Sound familiar? Let's tackle this together. So, what makes creating a custom widget in PyQT5 challenging? Often, it's about understanding how to structure your code and how different components interact. We'll break it down step by step so you can grasp the concepts and apply them effectively. And stick around. I have a fantastic example at the end that will tie everything together and give you a solid foundation for your custom widget. To create a custom widget in PyQ5, the user should start by importing the necessary modules. This includes importing QApplication, QWidget, and QStacked from the PyQ5 library. Next, the user should define a new class for the custom widget. This class will inherit from QWidget and will include the QStacked as a central component. After defining the class, the user should set up the layout and add the QStacked to it. They can also create separate widgets for each page and add them to the stacked widget. Now, the user should implement the buttons that will allow cycling through the pages of the QStacked widget. This involves connecting the buttons to functions that change the current index of the stacked widget. Finally, the user should create an instance of QApplication, instantiate their custom widget, and display it. This will allow them to see their custom widget in action. Fun fact, did you know that the first graphical user interfaces were developed in the 1970s? It's amazing how far we've come in making programming more accessible. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. This user suggests dividing the creation of a custom widget into three main aspects: behavior, layout, and style. They recommend overriding default methods to customize behavior, using layouts to manage widget positioning, and applying style sheets for visual customization. They provide a code example demonstrating a movable widget and a custom dialog with buttons that change color. The example highlights how to implement these concepts in PyQt5. Additionally, they mention using masks for unique widget shapes and provide a link for creating a custom title bar. Here's the example I promised. By the end of this video, you'll have a fully functional custom widget with an embedded Q-stacked widget and navigation buttons. This is a great way to enhance your PyQt5 skills. And there you have it. You've just learned how to create a custom widget in PyQt5. Remember, practice makes perfect. If you found this video helpful, please subscribe for more tips and tricks on PyQt5 and beyond.